Siwa and powered by AfriCell.
For news,
Radio
views,
Democracy.
and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
From a New Englandville studio. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today na Thursday, September 24, 2020. We will bring the program come to you this Thursday morning. My name is Sapti Yukalon.
And me na Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Inside this Thursday edition of the program Good Morning Salon, one member na the local government committee na parliament, Honorable Catherine Zainab Tarawali, don't say the 5-year strategic plan where the Ministry of Local Governments they develop now go give local council them the rights for collect market due and other tax them where paramount chief them be don't they collect.
We are devolving market dues to council. Now that government has accepted to pay you all of your people, after this particular strategic plan, we will call you to a meeting and ask you to give back what is due to the development of this nation.
According to the harbour master na Englandville Wharf inside Godrich, Alpha Jallo, till now they not see the body of 2 fishermen them where is say been go fishing and drown this PNTM. And today na the program we go know how far the Ministry of Foreign Affairs don't go now for bring back over 1,000 Salon people from America where make the US government don't tap for give visa to Salon people first.
Well, this plus other story them there for you inside the program, and the Executive Director for Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency, Siaka Sano, don't say the agency don't give out 22 billion loans to small business people as support where government to give them for let them business go. Remember say inside the program Good Morning Salon, you also listen live on www.radiodemocracy.sl. And safe you listen live from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinadugu and Falaba district. Same way so on Radio Malen 88.5 and Radio 1J 101.1 na Pujaun district. Radio Collinton 90.0 na Kambia district. Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailao and Voice of Karine and Kamakwe on 98.0. The program na Good Morning Salon. Send your message or comment to the number 077-981-981.
Well, the first issue we look at now the program Good Morning Salon this Thursday morning. Na also is September any year. Bolori Transport and Logistic Company na Salon can join over 100 countries them na the world for celebrate Marathon Day. Also, they can use this day for support less privileged people and safe. Do plenty activity them, and the theme for this year now together around the world. For sake of this, make Bolori Transport and Logistic Company decide for celebrities day with all people them na the King George Memorial Home. Also, then go give them theme for eat and non-food item them we cost but 50 million euros. Also, the welfare officer na King George Memorial Home Bransford Pharmacy. Because of the way how governments can delay for give them then quarterly subvention make most of them can find and difficult for able for take care of the home. Well, for more on this, Cherno Dialogue reports.
Voice of some old people na the King George Memorial Home. They sing their welcome song just like any other time where they can get visitor them na the home. The King George Memorial Home na graft in the western area rural district. Now one of the home them na the country where they take care of old people for long term now. And this home no they exist since the Second World War. But from that time to now, this home no they face plenty challenge them. Where this don't they make over the past years different people and organization them. Don't they support the home with different thing them. As well for make people at this home able to sustain. Now for sake of this make workman them. Now Bolori Transport and Logistics Company. Don't go support the home with food and non-food items them. Also the terminal analyst for Freetown, Daniel Coker, been first start for talk about the reason for this support.
Well, every year globally when we do this with solidarity, fellow all come together, we identify one local organization or people who say need help, who for see to them or meet with them, because globally, which would do so as today, they happen in 150 countries around the globe. This time around, as the 5th edition, we don't see to picking them, give them, support them in education and materials, them support the School of the Blind, support the School of Deaf and Dumb, the disabled. But this time around, we say all the time. Now there's other young people, let us remember say old people, and we self go do the one day. Let us take hope and love to them and put a smile on their face. It's over 50 million. Every Bologna worker they contributes €3. These €3 will be targeted to a particularly organization globally.
Daniel Coker continues say Bologna will continue for support this home and himself call another Soviet organization in the country for member old people now the home all time.
Well, as we rightly say now, we address, we try to make other people there. As we team say this world, say together we can go around the world, together we can help them. So it's not about Bologna, it's all about we Sierra Leoneans follow we come. We also they ask other people then for come on board, for help them for meet their need. It's a need where they don't say don't exist since Second World War. Then talk about security, then talk about storage facility, then talk about so many things. But Bologna go see who side go for it, but we also they encourage other organizations or other business people for come to the area.
Inside you talk the welfare official at King George Memorial Home, Brenda Ford Farmer say because of the way our government can delay for giving them quarterly subvention, make most of the time they can find it difficult for take care of the old people them at the home. With this making say plenty time na Soviet organization them don't they support them for take care of the home.
The major challenge is subvention. We are supposed to get quarterly subvention from government, but unfortunately, we don't get it early, and it's not quarterly. We don't get it early, and it's not quarterly. Another challenge is the wall, the fencing of the wall. The place is only half fenced, and so security is a major issue for us. We also have water issues during the rain season, during the dry season. We also have partitioning of the home. It's an open plan, so people don't get their privacy. So we really need it to be partitioned so that every resident has their own special space. So, there are numerous. As far as feeding is concerned, people do come and they feed, but you're not sure where the next food is coming from.
Brenda Ford Farmer continue for talk about what in this donation we Bologna don't can give to them actually mean to the home.
Oh, we are so wonderful. We feel so good a day like today. Just looking at what they've brought, you really cannot, you have to appreciate them more. Because to be honest, I don't think any organization has given us such a large package. They've got cooking oil, they've got onion, they've got rice, Pampers, and many, 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 many more. We do feed them 3 times a day, and we try to give them nutritional food. So, it's not every day they eat rice. We are happy because just looking at the items, it will go a long, long, long way.
Brenda Ford Farmer end up say, then go ensure say they use their items them here, where Bologna company don't can give to them for the right purpose. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachengo Jalo, the report.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and we continue to look at more issues inside the program. For sake of the accident we happened Wednesday, September 23rd this year na Congo Cross Bridge, this will make we report originally scene and talk to people we witness this incident we happen outside talk for them over the bridge. And according to the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Peter Bayoko Contest say the accident will happen not get nothing to do with the bridge. Well, Usman Kamara gets more and gonna report.
Presently at the Congo Cross Bridge between the hours of 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, Radio Democracy gets a message say a truck don't come down the bridge. For sake of that, rush come na Congo Cross Bridge, then while reach actually as you say a truck way full of cement don't come down the bridge. Well, with me I get the people where me there on the heights where this happen. Your name and also you there?
I'm Usman Junior Bangura, the number 4E Congo Bridge.
Alright. So people in Sena, you mean they actually where this truck for don't come down this bridge? you explain to listeners how it happened.
I come out from Mama the camp because all in this that we get back my papa, lost my papa.
What's that you lost your papa?
Now this same WhatsApp back, now that I lost my papa. Okay, at the canal for canal house. Because Mama be the talk to me, I not be the watch and why the canal the truck don't lost break, the canal down. It snap on the too. I should have come out there. They would have gone go snap the truck for don't can down. They all now go back gone. And this cock for this cock for now. And this cock cancel the man the under the fashion. The one to go the man and say no, not go the man. Now lot of shovel up pull man. And then pull out policemen that don't go to hospital now.
Anybody may die on the spot when
nobody no die, nobody no die.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm named Emmanuel Cisse at the Congo Cross bridge.
Right. We noticed a truck for on this morning. People are saying that una minde actually in the scene for tell what happened. For the benefit of listeners, actually what happened.
Me, actually, shit I be go for go shit, so I be come shit. I try for car. I don't see people all our shop. The iron, the truck don't bang out. The way now, tell you go na the usa I be tima probably go come all the truck can for the. And then big van truck there, cement.
So during the time wait for that moment, you see anybody damage or die?
Yes, I the driver damage. Cause I go for the I wound some side. Look, I wound there. I bruise the way I go for some side. I feel pain.
With me again, I get the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Peter Baoko-Conte. We come on the scene during the time with this truck for them. So how you know about this incident will happen?
Well, I see on WhatsApp, somebody sent it to me. So straight away, why they say it happened at this Congo Cross bridge. As the man in charge of bridges, I come. Also as a government official. For can see what really happened. Right. If not because of the bridge itself or not because of human error. In this case, a human error. I think that distraction way happy, we make this truck, where we get cement turnover.
Actually, as Usauti map now, we see most of the side of the railing down for Donkandong. So, what's next as a government official? What's next on a good?
Well, as a government official, the fact is that I didn't have to see what happened me with me engineers. We go note the causes, and then of course what's the remedy we'll get for put in place. So certainly government concern, and that some damages are happening, but certainly we will do whatever way possible as a government to address, especially the bridge, and then of course what's happening at the scene.
Well, as you just listen, that I'm in the voice of the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Peter Baoko-Conte. And with me again, I get the LEC for Congo Cross. So we see you come on the height where this happened. Firstly, how I don't put them in place?
First of all, me personnel they respond on time. Then take the injured them, then two, then carry them go to emergency hospital. Then they undergo emergency treatment now. But I assure you, say when they take them go, they were alive. Nothing. One of the driver in foot nine broke, the other apprentice gets some injuries. So then they treat them in emergency. Then for the other security aspect now, we don't cut down the area for let people not candy because the railing broke. And we bring in much personnel and back where they help for protect the goods that will be there on board the vehicle.
Well, as you hear from the LUC and other people who will explain actually waiting happen. Well, as the LUC say, then take the driver, they don't can go to emergency hospital for go respond to treatment. Well, Radio Democracy go do a follow-up for know how the condition of the driver did. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
Alright, 7:44 now the time from the studio clock, and the program is still listening to now Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Don't forget, you say for the listen to the program, key add the voice to Tindemo with the talk about the program 077 981 981. Now the official number we go send your message to, or go now Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook or YouTube page and be part of Tindemo with the discourse. We they continue to look at more issues in the program. According we they look at other story now. Now the program this morning, also one member now the local government committee in Parliament, Honorable Catherine Zainab Tarawale say the 5-year strategic plan where the Ministry of Local Government they develop now go give local council them the rights for the collect market due and other tax them where paramount chief them be done they collect. Well, he said this because government they key salary to paramount chieftain now, and he talked this inside one stakeholder consultation meeting where the council, where they hold with council stakeholder them na the north and northwest region na Cambia district spent them. Also, then go ask them some panitin them where they want for see inside the 5-year strategic plan where the European Union they support the Ministry of Local Governments for put together. You know, Cambia gets more on this. We go report.
The 2004 Local Government Act give local council power for collect market dues, local tax, and sell for do different developments in them. Na then council them. When na then corporate then can use for pay them council workman them. But plenty plaba done the day between the local council and the paramount chief them for who that gets the right for perform them duty. Yeah. Na then is make the European Union under them project support to civil society and local authorities for local development in Sierra Leone. Been decide for support the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development for review the 2004 Local Government Act, decentralization policy, and set up this 5-year strategic plan for the ministry. Where this plan will make the ministry able to do different development projects then by themselves. This make EU, together with the Ministry of Local Government, bingo all one day council stakeholder meeting. Now the north and northwest, na Cambia district for ask council stakeholder them, but some of the thing them where they want for see inside this 5-year strategic plan. Dr. Julius Montali, now the European Union team lead, now the EU management unit call on council stakeholder them for make sure say them put the right thing them where they want for see inside this document.
So need your input to make sure that we have a good document that will leave the test of time. Not a strategic plan that you develop today, then 2 years down the line you think of revisiting the process. The ministry would want to come up with a strategic plan that will leave the test of time. And this wouldn't have come at a better time than this. Under your leadership, Honorable Minister, we work in a collaborative manner with colleagues from within the ministry, stakeholders outside there. I also wanted to take this opportunity, Honorable Minister, to report that the project management unit is working in a coordinated way with the targeted local council.
Where immediate talk for Seka this, the Member of Parliament for Constituency 037 Abombali District, we same way so, now member na the Local Government Committee na Parliament, Honorable Catherine Zainab Tarawali say, after we then go to review this 5-year strategic plan, government could give power to the local council for begin collect the market dues and other tax them, because in say government don't begin for pay paramount chief them and save them workman them.
We are devoting market dues to council. Now that government has accepted to pay you, all of your people, paramount chiefs, with due respect, can we have Sierra Leone to be a country people want to stay when they come? After this particular strategic plan, we will call you to a meeting and ask you to give back what is due to the development of this nation. Remember, the 2004 Local Government Act is right here. It says one of the developmental aspects of council is for them to collect that dues. And if they don't collect dues, they will never be able to pay their subsidiaries. And government is not paying them, they are paying them. And you cannot pay somebody without having what we call what you raise to pay the individual.
Honorable Tarawali same way so say, even though paramount chief them go stop for collect market dues them and other local tax them, but ask government for make sure say then continue for pay them paramount chief. Yeah.
We want to ask you, the minister and the minister, that you assure our paramount chief of continuity, and so that we look into what we call the chieftaincy after reviewing the Local Council Act of 2004, so that we have what we call essential to have their safety and reliability of what's due them. My dear brothers and sisters, we cannot talk about decentralization without us looking into the activities of paramount chiefs. It will not do us good. Government is saying this, and this. That is very good. It's a very good one. Government, thank you. And we will support you to help our paramount chiefs. We will support you to make them real men of their towns and of their kingdom.
Inside the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Tambalamina say, for make development come na then different council they are, government go employ chiefdom coordinator them.
One of the plans that will be unveiled following this chiefdom functionary review would be the recruitment of chiefdom development coordinators. All 190 chiefdoms, and those development coordinators would be your local chief. Of course, we are aware that capacity issues have been abound, and one of the areas is that all development should be coming to the chiefdom with transparency and accountability, has for a very long time eluded the chieftain.
People will be part of this stakeholder consultation meeting been get this for say.
My name is Paramount Chief Almami Dura III of Safroko Limba Chiefdom in the Bombale district, and I also happen to be the regional chairman, Council of Paramount Chiefs, Northern Region. It is a very good initiative, giving the responsibility of development to the chiefdom councils in this country. When you give this developmental funds to the chiefdom councils and the chiefdoms, I don't think there will be any chiefdom in this country that want to lag behind in development. It will be like a competitive issue wherein chiefs will compete.
Dito Kamara, Chairman, Karle District Council, Northwest Region. It's very, very important because you cannot develop or create any activity without having a strategic development plan. The issue of revenue will now be addressed because it is a responsibility, and the member of parliament representing the oversight local governments in parliament has highlighted the issues of addressing that particular conflict. Parliament chiefs or chief of level, they have to take and give out. The take is for them to have salaries and for them to have for their functionaries, and the give out is for them to give out these revenues to be collected by the local councils.
Then people here end up say after we then go down develop this strategic plan, they hope say the Ministry of Local Government and then partner them go with different developments them now then different districts them for a democracy, Kabia the report.
The program is still listening to na Good Morning Salon, and we will bring this edition come to you this morning. My name is Saptiyu Kalon.
And Mabel Kaba.
We continue to look at more issues inside the program. As Salon, they observe the International Sign Languages Day on September on the theme Sign Language Right for All. Outside this day, now for me country, them look inside issue with on the among speech and hearing impaired persons, where they call deaf and dumb people. For see our body them way responsible. Talk about plan and thing the way them go do. For see say deaf and dumb people get access to education and other basic facility. And according to the Director of Social Welfare at the Ministry of Social Welfare, Francis Kabia say, as Salon observe this day, picking away deaf and dumb still get challenge for Lombok because they not get better sign language interpreter them na the country. Francis Kabia explained more to me inside this interview. Also, I start to explain how this day come about.
Sierra Leone a member of the international community, which by extension means we get for align with international human rights instrument. You realize one of the international human rights instruments which Salon don't ratify and domesticate the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. This convention recognizes and promotes the use of sign language. So in the year 2018, the international community decided to celebrate the first International Day of Sign Languages because they realize we get a considerable number of speech and hearing impaired persons in the world, and that then they face a lot of challenges when it comes to areas such as education, health, transportation, employment, accessibility, the general well-being. So the international community deemed necessary for declare that day as the International Day of Sign Languages for give the awareness to society for know the importance deaf speech and hearing impaired persons compete on equal terms with their able counterparts.
Okay, looking at sign languages, you get a universal sign language, which means a different country and getting different sign language where they use or where people when deaf people really they use. In terms of Salon, what type of sign language where people in the way fall under this category they use?
Thank you very much. Like you talk about different sign languages, the way then they use. In a similar manner, Sierra Leone back will get different sign languages depending on the people and we don't get training. So then groups of speech and hearing impaired persons. We get other one them we don't get training from British people. So most of the sign language, the sign the way they use, now the British one. You get one that we don't get training from American people. So most of the sign language we then they use the American school. You get one that we don't use the Dutch. So most of the sign we then they use that Dutch. So you can realize at times if you get a sign language interpreter, we not able to harmonize all of them various sign language and it gets difficulty the speech and hearing impaired persons they understand. But to a very large extent, we as a ministry don't able bring then sign language interpreters there for try for harmonize find a system where anytime we will get national function, then we're able to use sign language with speech and hearing impaired persons, then they understand.
The issue about the speech and impaired person, that the one they will know they pass through sign languages. When are the current situation of them, we could really describe as this week we're not in the International Day of Sign Languages.
We'll get a considerable number of speech and hearing impaired persons, and that government don't establish a national commission for persons with disabilities for sick and general well-being. We also know say during this pandemic, one category of persons with disabilities that we don't benefit, mostly now the speech and hearing impaired. Through support we get from the United Nations Development Program, we'll be able to put together what we will call a social mobilization group. Their social mobilizers, we draw them from all categories of disability.
But most of the basic thing, the way you look at generally, is if people with disability, they always get issue about things that they need for live a better life. So in the category of the speech and impaired person, that you want them where they communicate through sign language. What do you go say about them in terms of facility, things that will make them live better life, things that will make them able to learn book?
I know say generally we get challenges the way persons with disabilities and they face, and speech and hearing in persons, not to any exception. We as a government don't roll out a couple of programs for empower. Presently we get the National School for the Deaf, where they provide education for them. Even now, when we talk about this pandemic,
the National School for the Deaf, most they always get concerned of things that we they need for let they able to keep up the picking them at the school and all. Then will tell you say they don't get sign language interpreter. They get other challenges where they make the land book business for them or picking away they na the National School of the Deaf. They find it so difficult for cope in terms of learning. How well when they use this for make sure say some of them people are in challenge. Some of the issue then be addressed on this particular week.
The National School for the Deaf are one of the institutions that we government they support in this country. Apart from the support where they receive from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, we as a Ministry of Social Welfare no say now we get the responsibility for address all the social issues that in that institution. So from a vote where they na the Ministry of Social Welfare where they call grants to welfare institutions, one of the institutions that we can always benefit the National School for the Deaf.
The theme for the International Day of Sign Language, na sign language right for all. Looking at this theme, you think it's reflective na Salonia for the speech and hearing impaired persons?
Indeed, we now get a lot of sign language interpreters in this country. So now for that, one of the challenges in the way the speech and hearing impaired people in the face for acquire education. But say over the years, we don't support even families the way get speech and hearing impaired families them, where then you picking them because the tendency is great, then picking and the way you support them, then they grow up for be very, very good.
Before support the family, why not make sure so provide better learning facility for make more sign language interpreter in this, so then people are to benefit from education.
And that is why that's one of the institutions the way government they fully support the National School for the Deaf. And where I say fully support, the sign language teachers the way they in that school now government they pay them.
But they get challenged only time we talk to them in terms of salary, subvention and other one them. So outside the ministry, they were all in challenges still there.
It's almost impossible for get somebody in this country where they tell you say everything is well and good for that individual day, waiting and no say we they do as a government, as waiting Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education they do, waiting Ministry of Social Welfare they do. Okay. We get teachers and they when our government they pay the welfare grants, the National School for the Deaf, they benefit, and apart from the welfare grants, whenever we get other supports them, one of the institutions that we always consider the National School for the Deaf, because we know say then they play an active role for provide education to speech and hearing impaired picking them in this country.
So the observance of the day also they get access to sight and services in terms of growth development. You think say those along the part of this day, the possible means they for letting facility be available for the sign language people name that the people away there?
This now the clear on call where government they make to the Sierra Leone community, we get a considerable number of speech and hearing impaired persons. Now we responsibility, all Saloman responsibility for make sure say we give them people an ample opportunity for take part in national development processes.
Well, that's the Director of Social Welfare, the Minister of Social Welfare, Francis Kabia. They talked to me inside an interview for SICA, the International Day of people them we get issues with deaf and dumb when a sign language they use. Also, it say picking the way they go.
Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Edsalight, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all you supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
Right, the program you still listen to now. Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We continue to look at small issues in the program. We look at another one now. Usai inside 2006, Salon signed the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. We begin operate in the country inside 2008 as the Salon Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, SLETI. Forget getting to the transparency and accountability in the mining sector. And this body don't they put reporting together every year. We can look inside in them where they happen at the mining sector. SLETI the whole consultative meeting there now for raise awareness for the 2017-2018 SLETI mining sector reports na different community them. Where this report, according to the Minister of State, na the Office of the Vice President, where same so na chairperson for the Salon Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative Multi-Stakeholder Group, Francis Algali, don't say the 2017-2018 SLETI mining sector report shows say Salon not they do better than transparency and accountability for pay community people them, Diamond Area Development Fund and other things them na the mining sector. Well, for no more on this, Musa Kamara go report.
The Salon Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative 2017-2018 report awareness raising na different community them they continue. Usai even begin na Lunsar and continue na Kono and other area them. Now SLETI don't count at the western area. Usai then start with the western rural districts in Waterloo. According to SLETI, then they give sabi to community people about the 2017-2018 report and serve for make community people get their own input into the review. Where then they do now na the mining sector for CC, the minerals them where they come on a different community them inside Salon, benefit Salon people and serve the community people who say the minerals are the commodities. With this 2017-2018 report, according to Francis Algali, the Minister of State at the Office of Vice President, we same way so na the chairperson for the Salon Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, SLETI Multi-Stakeholder Group. The 2017 mining sector report shows say Salon no they do better than transparency and accountability for pay community development fund, Diamond Area Development Fund and other thing them na the mining sector.
Validation we then do and the reports we come out, they say Sierra Leone make meaningful progress, although areas then they for improvement. And one of the areas then really we then say we need improvement now transparency and accountability of the sub-national payments then where we they do as far as the extractive industry is concerned. Surface rent, community development fund, Diamond Area Development Fund. They say they want to see more transparency, accountability, and more procedural issues pandandi. So now make we dey engage on this report.
Now which report they talk about where being points to this say Salone they do well in the area that we highlight?
Now they talk about the 2017-2018 report.
Okay.
Then say we get laws them way for govern then funds they also. But in practice, the way they implement them, nine get some challenges because certain time the people they know they report on the revenues and we then receive. We self as Leti, we can get small challenge. Or they give the people them the templates them for complete, the paramount chief them, sometimes MPs them. It takes so long for them for give back returns of the money where they give them and how they spend them. So now some of the issues then the way they highlight. Now some of them things they also they try for engagement.
But waiting now the reason for the lack of transparency and accountability now the mining sector report of 2017-2018. Mohammed Bemba Kuruma, now the program manager for Sleti, he talk about waiting them fennot, but transparency now the community them within the worker.
But the transparency issue now really to do with the community members, and because in as much as now the whole community, but again members already represent the community. Then for example, when they don't sign that community development agreement, they get members when CDC members then when they sit down and decide what kind of the development are issued the other one for kind of the area. So the challenge now we don't get in this in terms of this transparency. The community now they say we know they see this development money that they talk about, you know they can't on to we know they see them. But now because in some of the cases the people they want their own member they already represent them, now they come back and can tell them waiting at the money they don't receive and waiting at the developmental projects they want for undertake. So some of the challenges in the way that they say there is no transparency in the process. And then even in terms of the Ministry of Mines and the NMA, when they managing fund there, they say what's not they don't try for improve on the transparency. You as local community, they don't give money for undertake developmental issue until you retire before they give you make application before they grant the next disbursement. So now all of that they can for make sure say that for let the process strengthen, for let the transparency.
As the consultation they continue, community people then self they make the new recommendation them for see how the mining sector for Talek na the young community them and self the western rural districts inside Waterloo. No to exception.
What thing I want to see in the mining sectors for see that then go the mining through according to how the government want or the stakeholders, the community people how they want, so that we see the development. But then again, to me own with self-satisfaction. Like within the mining this thing here, so we will elect for appeal to the government for asking people there for make the processing at this country so that we will get the benefit with the Sierra Leoneans.
Reverend George Morgan, okay. With regards to what we don't listen today, the selected report, we partially feel all right, but areas and the way we not be pleased with. Now, we recommend that government, Sierra Leone government, go out and bring in them the expensive mining machine and then we can begin mine with gold resources in this country. Then we come out from percentages. Because them percentages there, how they share, some of we know they know. Pass like we then call meeting like this, then tell we. And one for tell government thank you. We see the government on the open now. Now that's what we pray God for. Openness, transparency, and accountability. Because these resources are for us. If we not do so, we're not going to make better grants for people and to picking away the bond tomorrow. Let God bless you.
I am a Samura, chair lady, Petit Traders Union. One day way for working at the mining. Let them recommend say let them they try then see that the government see that say now who that then at the community or outside the mining they take place. Let now them for the involve more on the road. Another recommendation again where we want to give to the government. I want let we see that say let them self put CI for let the people and get their money direct because Bokutin and can count or the teacher and go come from nowhere and self can about the people. They want let the money they go to the people and direct let confusion they stop.
This consultation and awareness raising about the 2017-2018 Sleti report, they continue in the western area. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and inside the program we look at more issue. As well for business people in Salon, the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency SMEDA don't start for engage people where they do small business and self the one they get for benefits by the first phase of the 22 billion loan where government again. Chiaka Sanona, the Executive Director for Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, say na 9% interest rate government take ask some people will go benefit from this loan. Chiaka Sanona explain more to reporter Usman Kamara inside this interview.
Each year, we keep produce a budget to Ministry of Finance so that they give for help SMEs. Government be create this institution for let create the enabling environment who say business owners and go able manage them businesses well. One way we will do that for them, we don't realize say SMEs most of them not able to manage their businesses well. So they bring them together now for give them specific business management skills. Then skills and way they go able use, hands-on skills where they go use for able to manage their business so that they will continue for do business profitably. Because if they do business profitably, we believe say they go create jobs for themselves, they go their business go if they make profit, then business profit, government go tax and government they generate revenue out of farm, and that go lead to economic growth in the country.
All right. Firstly, let's look at the area them we basically on the train them people here on.
Yeah, we they train them in marketing, we they train them in customer relationship, we they train them in basic bookkeeping. We also they train them in records management, and we they train them in business plan development. Yeah.
So almost small business people want to target for this entire training.
This training for the Western region will include Western Rural and Western Urban at 200. At the moment, we get 50 of them in St. Anthony's Hall now. Oh, they train. We get another 50 na Lumley. We get another 50 na Standards Bureau, na Ferry Junction, and another 50 na Watarura District Council Hall. We decided not for bring them all in one place because of the COVID restrictions. But 200 of them are there will train in these 3 days simultaneously in the same training modules. Yeah.
So we see say after this training, some people can get for qualify for a grant. You know, so almost at the total money of the grant, we want to get for give to them people here, or the project in particular.
Government in the 2020 budget, we don't allocate 100 billion loans towards support to SMEs. This is not a specific thing where President B.O.B. talk, where in the campaign, it's a way he can into governance, he go promote entrepreneurship. So in the 2020 budget, they be allocate, say they go give 100 billion loans to support SMEs in the form of soft loan. We realize say SMEs and the start business today, the business for them to man. Because that loan where they can go take in the banks, the interest rate too high. So government say make we develop a scheme where we go give low interest rate to them. So that interest rate will then take the loan, they go to pay that the loan, they not go know, it not go get negative impact on their business. So we get that 100 billion, but it's straddled between 2020 to 2023. The initial amount where government be say they go give for this year 2020 are 22 billion euros. So that amount now we get for play with, or we get for pass through FSP, financial service providers, outsource the disbursement and recovery to, because we believe say if we give the money direct, but who people they take as political money, and we don't want to let that money die today as we give them. We want that for be a revolving fund.
All right. So per business, almost not the money we want to get for it.
We get strategies for different types of business. As we say, we get micro businesses, we get small business, we get medium. So they all not go get the same. When we begin disburse the money, really there is a strategy in place. If you are a small business, we look at your business operations. How much now your business capital, your whole annual turnover with the assessor. How much person, for example, you get in your business where they create job for. All that they determine how much will they give you.
Interest rates na concern for business people. Most na 2 digits. Most bank then can give to them for this particular scheme. Which actually na the interest rate
the interest rate we don't propose na 9%. And we believe say na that will be done do national stakeholders engagement on. We feel say na that will go by because it not change it na the document until otherwise. We don't do a wide range of consultation on that. The only side we need for go now the Economic Management Committee and the State House for me to put the document to the level see if governments FC and say now why find document for the citizens and they will go into implementation.
So I expect from them people there at the end, or people that we get for benefit from the scheme we want to get for it.
The people that will go one. We get 2 expectations. One, the one that will benefit from this training. But they hope say they go pay attention to what then they can't tell them. Even if they go, they not get that loan where government get forgive. But these skills where then they can learn. it go serve as something where they go use in their businesses for they able manage their businesses well. And for the one that will go end up forget the loan, will they appeal to them? When government give them that loan, let them make sure say they respect the loan terms. Because if they not respect them, they go don't pour the other one, they will go there in the line.
Enterprises Development, Yakasano, but they talked to Usman Kamara inside that interview day. Also, I say the first phase of the 22 billion loans way government zongi now for small and medium enterprise and selling people here get for pay 9% interest rate. The program Good Morning Salon they continue and the time for my studio clock now 8:15 and now we go for a break.
Because money easy for loss, like how it easy for broke egg. You save not for life you couple business to people that will not sabi and one day we get ben. Union Trust Bank get all the correct and master sabi people them for help make you couple better. We na Union Trust Bank team up tranga so your money go fine with no wahala and you no go get we kind service no other side. Make good use of we SMS alert where they show you your money transaction. Enjoy the internet banking services for check your accounts. Safe, you can visit our website on www.utb.sl for no more but we order plenty products and service them. Now Union Trust Bank, excellence now it's on card. Union Trust Bank, the force and true Salomon Bank.
Program is still listening to now Good Morning Salon where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democrats 98.1 FM. Continue for sending message to an official number 077-981-981 and add your voice to team them we will talk about the program this morning. And also not forget you to get we live on Facebook. Just search for Radio Democrats 98.1 FM. And also on YouTube. One for say plenty thank you to we partner radio stations them where the link with a different parts of the country for let people get updates on issues them Radio Democracy the broadcast. That's Radio Shalom 89.5 Nakwena Dugu and Falaba District. Same way so you get we on Radio Malen 88.5, Radio 1G 101.1 and Apojon District, Radio Colenten 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moi 105.5 na Kailaon and Voice of Karine na Kamakwe. You get with it on 98.0 FM. Continue for add voice to Tindem where we talk about inside the program Good Morning Salon and the time from the studio clock now 8:17. We continue for look at more issues in the program. Well, we go on the phone now if people can remember we the President Julius Maada Bio administration be take up office inside 2018 then be set up a government transition team will be look at how the past administration be run the country and see how they be spend the country couple. Well, after that transition team they been done them work, then be pull the government transition reports. Also, one pan recommendation the way be the inside reports saying for ensure say the government of Salon set up a commission of inquiry for look at things them will be happen inside the past administration, and that particular commission of inquiry day been start inside January 2019. Also, they may get responsibility for look at 3 different area them. Na the commission when a governance process, assets and self been do forensic audit. Well, inside March 2020, the commission of inquiry been done finally, and then we pull the reports where they may go get to the president. And from March 2020 to now after waiting recommendation and they be don't come out, government don't put white paper together. We expect it today Thursday, September 24. That white paper they come out now for let people know waiting in the white paper after with the commission of inquiry be don't give a young recommendation them to the government. For let we get an update on what we expect this morning as the president will get for do the official launch of the government's white paper. We go on the line the Minister of Information and Communication, Mohamed Rahman Sware, where they give updates on the expectation of the white paper where they come out this morning. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon, Mr. Minister.
Yes, thank you. Family on the morning.
All right. Today it confirmed already. You be don't confirm at the studio early this week for say the government white paper they come out today for SICA, the Commission of Inquiry we been done them work inside March 2020 and been pull recommendation them. Firstly, just start for tell we first waiting we they expect as a public from the government white paper way for come out today.
Okay, so la begin on this way. Today at midday, 12 o'clock, this process will be begin by where government transition team be begin for take stock of WISI, His Excellency President Julius Maada and government take over the country from leading to the setting up of judge-led commissions of inquiry, leading to the official submission of reports on March 25th, right? And today, now almost the end of a very long journey will be now begin. The report of the commissions then with recommendations and the white paper will be officially presented at the ceremony in the State House today. In attendance will be members of the media. I'm sure we don't invite una already. We will invite civil society organizations then. We also invite government ministers then, and you get members of the diplomatic community. Then people there go this afternoon where the official launch will happen. I mean, because from where this thing begin, the president may not promise say we will deliver a fair, just, and accountable commission of inquiry. This is not part of that process. When I remember say from where the commissions begin, we will air around live. Now all the various commissions will translate into local languages. This is not part of that process we will begin for make sure say we indeed carry everybody along. Because the commission are the people's commission. They investigate maladministration, egregious corruption, alleged corruption, and other things. So, and this one, now the citizens, then they are the center, now then they are the core of everything. Because if you embezzle or you misappropriate state resources, now resources will otherwise for don't come to the state and benefit the people there. So now that they make we think that the people are very valuable, they're very important in this process. So just after the launching today, we're now expecting that every nook and cranny, every village, every community will get boots on the ground for taking this commission here to the people there, because this commission are the people's commission.
So yes. Now how many people the white paper cover, because we been get a lot of people and we've been seen up now the past administration, the time where the commission be they go on, starting from the former president Ernest by Koroma and representative Bindidi. How many people the white paper cover in total?
So I know the risk for talking numbers, I will risk for talking the category because we've been saying it cover people who have been presidents, vice presidents, ministers of government, deputy ministers, and others. Now that the commission being said. So all of them people that they will appear before the commission, then will definitely get the commission talk about it. Yes.
You just don't make mention say the same way the white paper they come talk about now get for do with maladministration, misappropriation of funds, and other things them where the commission be look at now the past administration. Waiting at the penalties them ranging from USAI to USAI, we for expecting a penalties them we go there inside this white paper where they come out today.
Well, when I know say President Bill, not a person way revengeful, not a person from the beginning. This commission not to witch hunt. If not any hunt, not a hunt forget the people's stolen resources. So this commission not to witch hunt. Now that make nobody not appear before this commission because of the ethnicity, because of the political affiliation. The target is clear. People who have been presidents, vice presidents, ministers, deputy ministers, and so on and so forth. So now then people then they appear before the commission because they enjoy public trust at the time. So they say the categories because from the very basic, I mean the commission been set out for achieve key objectives there, for recover stolen resources, for learn from the bad governance experiences, and for make sure say Salon not able to relapse into corruption again. So yes, in the constitution go there, if what it is, you bring them back and all that amongst other things. Yes.
So we got for see.
Go.
We go for see anything like the government go get for seize property them of the past administration, because we just don't state say now waiting the commission prove say people be don't take, we not be supposed for take, the government they take them back. We go for see this they apply where the white paper come out.
Well, one big English student can write for commissions of inquiry. Then say Mr. X may control pecuniary resources disproportionate to your official emolument. What does that mean? If you're not a third grade clerk or you're not minister salary clearly you pay them, you this, that, all anything they do. If the commission can't find out, this man ain't got them 10 hosts there all, then look from the time you be minister to this time, they say, no, you're not supposed to get 10 hosts by your ministerial salary and the other official emoluments the way they get. And you not be declared you get other sources of income. Yes, the commission will look at that property barrier where you get outside the official emolument, over and beyond the official emolument. You know, so then yes, the commission they look at that all. They look at that one and the white paper they will launch will speak to them kind of issues then.
We've been see again where the commission been done the work inside March. Part of the recommendations them repayment of about 7 billion loans from former administration then be asked for the white paper waiting it say towards this payment of money them.
But I talk about restitution. I don't really mean anybody who don't thief something where now the state where you not balancing, you take you misappropriate them, you embezzle them through any means. Yeah, the state they asking for refund their money then they back. Right? So the commission don't talk at anything. Some recommendations that people put down various people there on that. If you go overprice something, for example, you say fertilizer now you buy it, you overprice that. You did public trust, you not do what you're supposed to do for the country. By the fact say you did it. Because when they put you in a position, it gets responsibilities, accountabilities then they. So if you don't do that one day, that moment they come, then they indict you for that one day all. So we'll go see under the white paper. I mean the white paper is 3 hours, call it about close to about 4, reach 4 hours again for law officially launcher. And after launching, it will be available on government printers for let people then buy and read. Because we believe that this is a very historic document where don't chronicle and scrupulously document a grievous act of infractions there with the previous administration commit. And we think say we as government officials and serving at the moment, it gets very, very, very serious learning for we. It gets serious lessons for we, right? And the generations yet to come. So now that make this commission very, very important.
Before you left with Mr. Minister, the time when they launch the recommendation and the president be officially close the commission in work, we been get concerns and we been come from the defense team, the people where them be represent and say the government not be extend an invite to them for be part of that ceremony. They didn't at the launch of the white paper on I extend invitation to the one them way been there before the commission.
No, but we agree say, this is not the most democratic commission of inquiry we don't hold. Since independence, are open to be challenged by anybody, even the one who holds past me. This commission will air on live every bit of it, every activity they aired live on all mediums. Yeah. So, me the support when they invite to commission, you don't come in person. If they invite you to the launching officially, it's most likely you will not come. So, like previously, we make sure that all the medium there they cover live, right, including UNACEF. But over and above all, important for note say. All that we talk about the political parties and they belong to. So they invite political party leaders in parliament. And with the hope say they all go do this. I mean, this is being most democratic, it's been most transparent, it's been most accountable. Just like one of the commissioners and Commissioner Bill Bele been talk, it said this is the only commission where the president not ever call anybody, government officials not ever call anybody for compromise the findings or recommendations. They don't say African leaders there for learn from President Bill a very stellar example of ensuring say the judges there free hand for do their work. I mean, as a country, we will be proud of this. I mean, this one, now foreign judges there we come and then talk. So I think say the outcome will be as flawless, it will be as transparent and accountable as the process.
Mr. Minister, you say una invite political parties them na parliament. Me question na the people them where they name them been there for tina before the commission. Una invite them na the launch of the white paper.
Okay, how many people they will talk about? You will talk about hundreds of people that they appear before the commission. You know this? COVID day now, there are strict COVID adherence to COVID rules. Now state house, now who they make the law then, we therefore respect that. But ensure that everybody gets a fair treatment. Now we make sure say then the air are live on all media who invite. So if you're not a person of interest, you go watch us from whatever it is. You will not see anything except that you never get face-to-face interaction. So somebody in the time say, well, debates happen around this invite. So when you invite people, the way they do investigation, they not come in person. Yeah, so now you go invite the 11. Anyway, the important thing is that we get for ARN live, we get for them on TV, we get for them on radio, then including UNICEF. So it's going to be live. I'll just go encourage everybody. 12 o'clock, switch on. You go follow minute by minute, blow by blow account of within the Honorable State House at the official presentation of the findings of the commissions of inquiry and the government recommendations as in the white paper.
Many thanks for that update. Say that's the Minister of Information and Communication, Mohamed Rahman Soare, been they confirm that telephone interview they say at 12 today, the government's white paper will come out regarding the commissions of inquiry. We've been done them work inside March 2020 when at this year. Well, the program Good Morning Salon they continue and well, we relax now and take short commercial break.
Rokel Commercial Bank don't make her the waka with me bank na me phone. Rokel Commercial Bank go make you the waka with you bank na you phone. Them been come with SIM couple and now they don't increase the facility. For sure say now them not the alagba for banking business now they don't come with SIM couple plus. They don't come with SIM couple plus. This service go allow you for send money to person where they salon anytime you want. It no matter the mobile coming where you there. As you send them, you go get some quick one. What's nice inside salon you there? The money go reach you. It no matter if you there na the east, west, north, south. So secure then you go na Google Play Store and search for the app. SIM Couple Plus I say download them. Follow the instructions and register your device. The process no long now if you reach 2 minutes. When you done the bank go send message na your phone. For confirm say na your phone number bang bang. Enjoy e-couple and more facilities. SIM Couple Plus e come for we all. You dey na city or village just na salon you dey. You e-couple go reach you dey. Enter top up self now they under the facility. With e-couple you can cash out your money from any local commercial bank agent or branch all around the country.
Causing confusion. But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look him block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are they use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want you concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
Cause my bank alerts na bank, my checking on the bounce.
Evo, Ustem Salon go get bank where they all sign at the country.
Me, mommy, the problem don't solve. Apex Bank Salon Limited, the bank where Bank of Salon give power for monitor and supervise them community bank and financial services association where they all sign a salon say, then get the biggest banking network in the country with over 17 community bank and 59 financial service association. When a village bank, you can buy shares and be proud shareholder, open current or savings accounts and access your money anytime you day. Apex Bank say, where you join and save with any of them community bank or financial service association, your life no go ever be the same again as you go get access to agricultural, commercial, salary, and beaucoup other loan products them for fine percentage, and you go pay back at your own term.
So, wetin you dey wait for? You be farmer, fisherman, petty trader, teacher, driver, okada or keke rider. Run go one term and go buy shares. You can open accounts and save money with any community bank or financial service association where Apex Bank dey monitor and supervise for make you life go better.
Alright, the program Good Morning Salon, they continue for the voice to send them where we talk about the program and our cell number 077981981 or go now Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook page and drop you message there on send them where we talk about the program. You also get the opportunity for joining live on YouTube, Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You just type and get subscribed to we Facebook live broadcast and you will be part of the team them where we the broadcast. Again, one for say plenty thank you to all we partner radio stations them where the link Radio Democracy in different parts of the country for ensure say on get updates on team them where Radio Democracy the broadcast. And before we take them short commercial break, then they will be listening to the Minister of Information and Communication, Mohamed Rahman Soare, where been they confirm now the telephone interview say today at 12, the government white paper will come out for sake of the Commission of Inquiry. We've been look inside the governance process, asset and self-made forensic audit on waiting be happen at the past administration. Well, the program Good Morning Salon they continue and from the minister interview we say today in the Poli government paper at 12. We'll go again on the line for listening to Adi Macaulay when I want the lawyer them will be the represent former president Ernest Bai Koroma and other people them we then name them been there in the Commission of Inquiry list for Tina before the commission and answer to questions them we cover the three area them where the commission in work been there for and in a one the lawyer them we be the represents them people here. Good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. Macaulay.
Good morning.
Firstly, let me just start for now. We don't listen to the minister. He said today at 12, the government white paper they come out regarding the Commission of Inquiry. Also, you've been represent so many people, including the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. You know, one pan the lawyer them we've been represent them people here for talk on behalf of them. Waiting at the feeling this morning as at 12 today, the government's white paper go come out for sake of the commission. Also, you be dating up for them people here.
Well, we are patiently waiting for see we can go come out inside the white paper where governments don't decide for pool today. But make I just talk to Fambulen and say this. In principle, the clients where I represent now the Commission of Inquiry, not the against for make they ask them for account for the stewardship of the various public offices them with they hold. Don't forget say na honor and privilege for make they ask you for serve na a public office na the country. So there is a corresponding obligation for be accountable to the public. But what we for understand is this, that in the process of holding past government officials accountable for the stewardship of the offices that we hold, we must also do so according to what the law say. The public will recall say when the commissions of inquiry start, the first thing we